Have a gavel today,
Yeah.
and I don't know if the speakers are turned on, but
I'll try.
Doug, set up.
Bring Mr. Sharon to order then, you don't have your gavel.
And Mr. Sharon.
I haven't tested it yet. Just a joke.
Gavel
Bring
joke.
Mr. Sharon to order before we don't have the gavel.
We need to motorhead system.
That's okay.
It wasn't in my word.
We like you, Bob.
No, I was thinking I could get through a meeting
It's
without
gonna
the
be one of
gavel.
those days.
She's still mastering now, so.
Anyway, we'll let them continue setting up the projector, and I will call the meeting to order. And I'd ask that anyone has a pecuniary or conflict of interest to declare it either now or at the time. And 3.1 is the budget meeting of January 31st, the minutes of that meeting.
Oh, that's better.
Any questions? Over on the minutes. Councillor Underwood, Councillor Cook. Questions? Business out of the minutes? All in favor? It's carried. Looks like we're ready to go with our, we have a delegation. Susan and Glenn are here from the chamber, looking for funding. And we will let you, we had your presentation in our package, so, or maybe it's a little different one, yeah?
Yes, this is the report,
Yep.
which has detail in it.
Welcome,
Thank you.
and I'll let you make your pitch. Is that what you're here for, to
Okay,
make a
sure.
pitch?
Yeah, let's go with that. That's
Okay.
Well, the tourism report I did put together with all of the details of the tourism services activities for 2012, because I just know that you're going to curl up on the sofa with a nice cup of cocoa and read everyone, because you guys obviously don't have enough paper to deal with, right? But if there's any questions that coming out of here, please feel free to ask me today, and I'd be more than happy to answer. And I was going to focus my comments today in terms of what I feel is the economic impact for tourism services for Lambton Shores, and how we did in 2012 and moving forward. So, Janet, if you wouldn't mind advancing onto the first screen. These are sort of some highlights that I pulled from the report. The tourism regional economic impact model is like calculated that the province, the Ontario Tourism Marketing Partners Corporation, have put together. There's a lot of data and factors that go into it, and I'm sure it keeps the actuaries employed. However, what you do is you basically put in the number, whatever that happens to be that you're dealing with, and it gives you a projected or estimate calculated economic impact. So from the report, you'll note that I put in 11,642 inquiries that were handled directly with the Welcome Center. Obviously that doesn't include the 30,000 visitor guides that are just be distributed across the province, because we can't really track what the connection is relative to the guide and coming to this area. However, the calculator came up with an impact of $1.2 million. So we think the Welcome Center is definitely of value to Lambton Shores. As well, I popped in there the Huron Country Playhouse numbers. These are numbers that they themselves use to promote investment and donations to the Playhouse. So their estimated visitor spending in this area is $14 million. And I do not have the numbers from what agriculture revenues would be for the municipality, but certainly I think that tourism services is either the largest, or it would be perhaps the second largest. You guys would have more access to that kind of number than I would, but in terms of a moneymaker for our municipality, it's really crucial for us. So I did a very quick basic return on investment in terms of gain and cost. The cost there I put in for the municipality is $16,337, which is the 2012 contractual revenue provided to us. And so you've got a wonderful return of investment of 72%. So next slide will kind of give highlights of how people spend money when they come here. Overnight travelers, not unexpectedly, spend more than day trippers by about $200 million. Visitors spend most on food and beverage, transportation, gas, especially right now, getting here, retail, recreation, accommodation, culture, and heritage. So we are talking multi-millions in overall spending. This is provincial, Ontario province-wide.
I wondered if holy mackerel, we're in good shape if we're spending 20 million.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get a percentage of that, right, Beck?
Yeah.
So targeting the tourists in 2012, what we did, we really focused our message on the beach. Just to remind you, I've got the 2012 visitor guide here in hand. And in our print advertising campaigns, we used Be a Kid Again. It's like, what was your favorite thing to do when you were a kid? Be at the beach. You could be there all day and your parents had to drag you off, right? So we kind of did the family beach-focused imagery. And from that, we also linked our local towns, hamlets, and villages to the beach. That operationalized, we listed them on the front cover of the guide and referred to them throughout the guide in terms of trying to link all of us to it. Obviously, Lambton Shores is a bit of a branding challenge for this area, but we want tourists to keep coming back. And the editorial also focused on tourist favorite activities, and these were based on the research, which in 2012 was just coming out. They were just revealing the results of their research in February, March of 2012, where they identified the 5 key travel triggers, why people will travel on vacation. So you can see it's heritage towns and theater and culture, outdoors, read, canoeing, kayaking, fishing, hiking, all those kinds of things. Motorsports, we're lucky enough to have the Motorplex here. No, that's a unique amenity that we have, or attraction that we have that other people don't. And the agroculinary refers to the field farm gate and farmers markets and all those kinds of activities that restaurants undertake to let their patrons know that what they have made, what's on your plate, is locally raised and produced. So that's what the travel triggers would be. On the next screen, I just sort of summarized some of the challenges for 2012. Nothing really enlightening there with the weak economy still. Gas prices are high and fluctuating. Surprisingly enough, hot sunny weather was a challenge. We had feedback from retailers, it was too hot for people to shop. Oh, and my goodness, it was too hot to eat a hamburger outside this summer. We actually did have people coming into the Welcome Center and saying, where can I eat that has air conditioning? So believe it or not, perfect vacation weather, but there's a downside. And ongoing parking issues. Some things are beyond our control, some things we can affect. Obviously, there's a real parking cost. There's a cost to providing the parking that the municipality has, especially in Grand Bend area, which has the paid parking. There's a cost to that. There's also a cost to the Blue Flag Beach and Marinas, which I know you're going to be more familiar with that actual cost, but having attended an information seminar on what that means, and that was run by the lady who runs the Port Franks Marina. It was an education for me, and I was seeing dollar signs added up on that, like even the collection of garbage, and then it has to be sorted out and recycled, and I'm thinking, that's a huge cost. So I have a suggestion, it's a communication suggestion, it's a messaging that if we link the costs to the value assessment of the amenities that are provided, the beach house, the beautiful boardwalk, the change rooms, the fact that it is a clean beach, there are lifeguards. I think people will begin to appreciate, oh, okay, I paid this, but I'm getting that. So something to consider. It's something that we could affect moving forward as a communications plan, perhaps. And then moving on to next, in terms of the activities as a summary, of course, marketing and advertising in what I call trusted and established guides. And I have them here. You're probably familiar with them. Yeah, the Pine Ridge Park Visitor Guide. There's 500,000 people that go in there. We have a print ad in their publication. We are included in the Huron Tourism Association's Visitor Guide, as we are with Sarnia Tourism and our Blue Water guide. This one's been